It's the end of the day. Put the worries and the stress away. Light a candle, grab your drink. Let's slow it down, take time to think. It's wind down time. Do what feels right. Read a little book or journal by candlelight. Sip some wine or tea or just breathe deep. We're here to vibe, not lose sleep. So welcome in, you've made it through. This little space is just for you. Whatever you need, you're not alone. It's one down time, let's feel at home.
Well, didn't know that I wasn't on the screen. That was awkward. Hello. How's everyone? Welcome in to Wind Down Wednesday. How is everyone doing? What is everyone up to today? What are you guys going to be doing for your final day of 2025? How are we ending the year? What are we doing? Let us know. What am I doing? I don't know. No, I'm going to be reading. I finally started Good Spirits. So I don't know where I'm at because I was listening to this on audio the last time that I was reading it. So I actually don't know what chapter I'm on. Let me see. Does it tell me? It says that I'm 29% in, but I don't know what chapter that is.
Back from the
Whoa. Also, I'm pretty sure the chapters on here are not aligned with the chapters in the actual book. Because it says that oh wait, maybe it is. Hold on. It might be. 36, 37, 38, 39. What chapter is this? Oh yeah, no, it's not lined up because I think this book only has 39 chapters in it, and the audiobook is saying that there's 41 chapters. So I don't know what chapter I'm on. I'm probably somewhere around chapter 10-ish. Could be a little bit before that, could be a little bit after that, but somewhere around chapter 10 is where I'm at in this. And I have to be honest, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm not loving it as much as I thought I was going to. It truly pains me to say that, but I'm not loving it as much as I thought that I would. I thought that this was going to be like one of my highest rated books of the year because I love V.K. Borson's writing. And it's another, holiday book like Love Light Farms, which I gave 5 stars. But I think here's the problem. I think the problem is that I read Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animal first before I picked this up. And I probably should have done it the other way around because Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animal was very much like a me book. Like if you were going to try to pick out a book that you're like, oh, like what is Nell going to love? Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animal was like it for so many reasons. I'm like, this is what gets me going. It's not by any means like some literary work of like genius. Like I understand that. But as far as like entertainment, humor, comedy, like just the rom-com vibes that y'all know that I love, that book did it right. And it had a little bit of spice in it. The spice wasn't anything, spectacular, but I wasn't mad at it. I was like, okay. So I ended up giving that book 5 stars. And so this is not living up to the humor that was in Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animal. I feel like the characters also in this, I don't particularly love. I'm not impressed by the characters. It's nothing wrong with them. They're not bad characters. I don't dislike them. But I find that the characters that were in Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animal, they were just funnier. And they were people that like I would want to be friends with. Like that friend group from that book is like a friend group that like I would want to be friends with. I don't know. These characters are just kind of like, they just feel a little stiff. I don't know. They feel a little stiff. They remind me of, I always think about this when I think about like stiff characters, but I was watching a video years ago. They were talking about Gossip Girl, and they were talking about Nate's character. What is his name? Chance Crawford, whatever his name is. Excuse me, the character that he plays in Gossip Girl, Nate. It described his character as a cardboard cutout, and they were like, he's just there, like he's not actually adding any value to anything. And that's kind of how I feel about these characters, where I'm just like, they just feel a little stiff. They just feel like they're just kind of like cardboard, like cookie cutter. And I'm not, I don't know, maybe it's just too early in the story where maybe I haven't like, delved deep enough into these characters and their journey and stuff to be able to appreciate it. But it's just it's feel a little boring. Just a little bit boring right now. So I'm hoping to get much further into this story today. And maybe that'll change my opinion. I don't know. We'll see. I make no promises. But that is what I am reading. I'm going to be working more on my painting. I did a little bit over the weekend. So if you're like, oh, this looks different than how it looked last Wednesday. Yes, because I worked on it a little bit over the weekend. I had a class, like a finance class that I sat in on I think Saturday. And I needed to keep myself awake during the class. And so I was painting while I was sitting in on the class. So I'm going to work on more of that this evening. I'm trying to say, what colors do I have left? I have to do 1, 9, and 6, I think is all I have left. Oh, and 3. 1, 9, 6, and 3. Oh, I missed a 2. Oh, I think I did 3 already. I must have just missed one of the 3s. I missed a 3 and I missed a 2, so I need to go back and do those 2. And I think I missed a 7, now that I'm looking at it. These things are so small that, like, you don't realize until you start filling it in, like, oh, I skipped a piece. Like, I don't know what color this is supposed to be. Anyway, the point is that I only have, like, a handful of colors left, and then I'll be done. The 6s, which is a good chunk of this, is white, so I don't really have to do much. It's the snow, so I would say we're mostly them. We're almost there. So I'm going to be working on that, listening to this book. I do not have any wine at the moment, just because it's early, it's a little bit earlier than the time that I normally start. I normally don't start until 6. And right now it's 4. So I'm gonna wait until after 5 to crack open a bottle of anything. But I do have 2 bottles, and I haven't decided which one I want to open. So I may have to solicit you guys to see, feedback to see which one I should open. I have a Prosecco and I have a Champagne, but I don't know which one I want to open yet. So we'll cross that bridge during the next chatty bit. But that is what I will be drinking eventually once I've begun drinking. I have not started drinking yet. But yeah. And then you guys already know the whole reason why we're starting early is because we're ending early, because the finale of Stranger Things drops tonight. If you couldn't already tell by the background of this sprint, we are Stranger Thingsing it up this evening. So that is the tentative plan for me. I also filmed a video earlier today. So if you're like, oh, does she have makeup on? I do have a little bit of makeup on because I filmed a video, which I will hopefully have posted and ready for you guys sometime this weekend. My goal is to have it up by Saturday at the latest, but I gotta actually edit it. I haven't even loaded it into my computer yet, let alone actually started editing. So my plan for the next 2 days is to try to get this video edited, like thumbnail done, description done, like all the things done so I can upload it. You guys can have this video by Saturday. So excited to do that. You probably already know what the video is because I've talked about it multiple times. Hello, Melanie. This is specifically for you, Melanie. And I don't think Lexi's here right now, but yeah, the video's filmed. I filmed it earlier today, so it is coming. It is coming. But yeah, that's my plan for the day. That's how the day is shaping out. Oh yeah, I got my 1986 shirt on, my Stranger Things, got to represent the finale tonight. Super excited. I don't know if there's anybody here that's planning on watching tonight. If you're not planning on watching, you should change your mind and go watch it. But yeah, I'm super excited. What a great way to end the year, right? But yeah, let's dive into these comments And we're going to jump into a sprint once I get through these comments. And we're going to make our way slowly to the finish line of 2025. Hello, Bree. How are you? Yes, Happy New Year. I saw a tweet when I woke up this morning. There was a tweet that said, I forget what country it is because I think I deleted it off. Oh wait, I might be able to pull it up. Hold on. See if I can find the tweet. Oh, that's not. Oh my gosh, sorry. If that was loud, I'm so sorry. I don't even know what that was. Okay, I'm not gonna try to pronounce this word because I'm just gonna type it in the chat. I have no idea how you pronounce this. Literally never heard of this place a day in my life. Wait, why is my keyboard working? K-I-R. Let's hope that I spelled that right. This word has a lot of I's in it. But that word that I just put in the chat, it is also known as Christmas Island. They are already in 2026. So when I woke up this morning, there was already a time zone that was in the next year. And I imagine that Australia, like New Zealand, that section of the world is probably also into 2026 already. So it's like time travel. It's so cool how some people are already in 2026. They're in the future. So yes, Happy New Year's to anyone who actually is already in 2026. Happy 2026. For the rest of us who are still in 2025, let's finish strong. Hello, Mel. How are you? Happy New Year. Hello to Mel. You already know. Tonight is the night. Tonight is the finale. Like, this is the end. And it's not just the end of the season. It's the end of the series. The end of an era, This has been a 9 or 10 year journey that's finally coming to an end. So, of course, we had to represent. And it's not just the background. You'll see. I don't know what I'll be picking up yet. All good. We're reading Memories of Ice, the third book in the Malazan series. I've never heard that. Excuse me. I'm not sure if I want to switch to something else for a bit. Okay. What genre is this? I've never heard of this before. Hello, Tennille. How are you? Welcome, welcome. I just got home from grocery shopping, making a sandwich, and then I'm house/dog sitting. So I've got to go check on my client's place and feed their pups in a couple hours. Aw, nice. Hope the housekeep background isn't. No. It's a Stranger Things reference. Definitely trying to get my bedroom together in the meantime. Okay. Yes, it was Stranger Things. I've been working on scrubbing the entryway and kitchen floor for most of the day. It takes a long time because of mobility issues. About 80% done. Well, that's good. Sure, closer to finishing, closer to the end than you are to the beginning. So that's good. Hello, Paco. At work, on lunch, trying to finish Fallen Stars before the day ends. Ooh, pressure. How close are you to finishing? Do you think that it's that you can do it? Also, did you finish Holly? Let's see. Fallen Stars. Hello, Melanie. Happy New Year's. I need to read/annotate a couple of chapters in a buddy read I'm doing for The Night Country by Melissa Albert. My current audiobook is Brimstone, so I'll be listening to it while I do my chores later. Nice. How far into Brimstone are you? Are you liking it? It's funny because there were a bunch of people who reread Quicksilver. This was like back in November or something like that. A bunch of people were rereading Quicksilver in preparation for Brimstone, but then when Brimstone came out, I feel like I haven't heard anybody talk about it, so I don't know if it's good or not. We got Brimstone. We got The Night Country. Did you finish? Why do I still have Spinning Silver on here? Did you finish that? The Night Country. Nice. There we go. In the process of tidying up the apartment in preparation for the new year tomorrow, so I can relax more, I'll be reading on and off through the evening. Nice. Yeah, I thankfully got most of my cleaning done during the weekend because I was sick. I've been in the house for almost over a week at this point. I just left the house for the first time, I think, like 2 days ago, because I was just so sick. So I got a lot of cleaning done during that time. Hello, Kat. Happy New Year's Eve. Getting ready for my sprints. Nice. Yeah, if you guys are going to be looking for sprints, since I'm ending early, definitely go pop on over to Cat Sprints if you are looking for more sprints after 8 o'clock. Also reading a New Year's Eve themed book called The Second Chance Year. Hoping I'll have time to read. Ooh, nice. You'll have to let me know how that is. I have not heard of this. Second Chance Year. What genre is it? Is it a contemporary? Is it a romance? My hair is like stuck in my shirt. Hello, Elena. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Good to hear. Glad you're doing well. Ooh, reading Fearless by Lauren Roberts. Did you finish Salt Bones, Elena? Fearless. I think you were also reading Crash at some point too. Yes, finally got the video done. Never got around to filming a video. I don't know how me and videos are gonna go, to be honest. I can easily host reading sprints. Making videos though, we'll see. Hey, listen, it was a journey because like this morning I was like, I don't feel like setting up the camera and filming this video, but I'm like, I have to do it. At page 384, 48 chapters read, 65% into the book. Need 35% more before I finish my book for the new year. Nice. Hello, Helen. Just finished lunch. Almost done with Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales. Is this related to the Emily Wilde? What was that book called? Something about fairies. Encyclopedia of Fairies. Is this related to that? Let's see. Compendium. What a word. I don't know what that word means. Of Lost Tales. I was trying to. There's a new word that I learned that I have already forgotten what it is, and I was trying to I kept trying to use it in a sentence, and I wasn't using it properly. Dang, I can't remember what the word is now. Flick something. Oh my gosh, it's like on the tip of my tongue. Dang it, I can't remember. I have to think about it during the sprint. I can't remember if it starts with a C or an F. It's like something flagrant or something. I can't remember. Anyway, compendium, I was going to say, might be a word that I need to add to my list of words that I try to use in a sentence so I can add it to my vocabulary. But clearly that's not working because the word that I was trying to do that with yesterday has already left my brain. Hello, JK. How are you? Happy New Year's Eve. Welcome in. Not watching the finale tonight, but definitely this weekend. I'm excited and apprehensive about it. Same. I would also say that I'm obviously excited, but also apprehensive because I feel like this is it, right? So it's like if they don't get this right, this could make or break the show. And that's so scary. I watched a lot of people's thoughts on the episodes that came out last week, and it was interesting. I think most people are feeling the same way for the most part about those last couple of episodes. There are definitely some people that are a little they're harsher critics, probably unnecessarily so. I think some people are being harsh just for the sake of having something to say on the internet so they can get views and clicks and stuff. But I think for the most part, people are feeling the same way. And so this last episode is really it's gonna shift everyone's feelings, one way or the other. This is it. This is their last shot. So we'll see. Also, I'm sad because it's gonna be over. All these years of being excited for the next season. It's there is no next season. So that's really sad. It's ready tomorrow at 4 a.m. Nice. Yeah, this is the place that when I woke up this morning, it was already 2026 there. But I don't know where this is. Send you the link. I think you have to set. Is Glenda here? Glenda's not here. I was gonna say Glenda was the one that had the link the last time. Thank you. I'm trying to think, where did I get this from? I'm pretty sure I got this from Target. I think. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure I got this from Target. Hello to Kat. It's quite remote. Oh, okay. Of course Helen knows where this is. Why am I not surprised? I was like, I don't know where the heck this place is. Of course Helen knows where this is. Hello to Mel. Everyone say hello to Mel. Hello to Elena. Australia is 17 hours ahead. Okay. Yeah, so it's definitely 2026 there. The Beast still a slow bird for me. Maybe because I'm rereading it to catch up where I left off a few days ago. Okay. Huh. There we go. Did you finish the Small Town Horror? I do have the Beast on here. But did you finish Small Town Horror? Hello, Chris. Yes, I'm doing much better. I'm still not fully better. Obviously, y'all keep hearing me cough, but I'm doing significantly better than I was last week. Last week was rough. Christmas, I didn't get to see my family or anything. I just stayed home all day on Christmas because I was too contagious to be around people and too disgusting to be around people. And also just didn't feel like trying to socialize and trying to, like, peopling just in general is a lot. So trying to people when you're also like sick, not fun. So I was like, I'm just going to stay home. But yes, I'm doing much better. Thank you. Make It Back to the Perfect Couple by Alex Brennerson. Suspense thriller about an FBI agent mom whose daughter goes missing in Europe. Oh, interesting. Okay. I've not heard of this. It's an epic. Oh, okay. This does not surprise me. Elements of military and dark fantasy. Okay. I know that Mel enjoys epic fantasy, the high fantasy, and stuff like that, so this does not surprise me. FBI, you're good. Hello to Paco. Oh, okay. You know, Glenda's here. Hi, Glenda. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Fantasy, that's pretty much par for the course for epic fantasies, right? Happy New Year's Eve. Hello to Glenda. Finish on my books for 2025. Nice. Carrying a short story collection over to 2026. First read of 2026 will be Five Little Pigs by Agatha Christie. Nice. Somebody else was reading this a couple of months ago. I think it had something to do with, like, I don't know if Leandra was doing like a buddy read or if it was for her Patreon or something. There were people that were talking about this book. But from what I heard, I don't know that very many people enjoyed it. I don't know if Leandra enjoyed it or not, but I know the people that were here that were talking about it, they were like struggling through it. They weren't a fan of it. I also didn't realize it was by Agatha Christie, so that's interesting and kind of surprising. I thought that Agatha Christie was like, a banging author. So that's interesting that there were so many negative reviews of this book that I didn't even know was a Christie book. So hopefully you end up liking it more than they did. So sorry. Yeah, it's all good. Glad you're doing a bit better. Still managed to clean. Yeah. Can't clean when I'm sick. Well, at first I couldn't. But I think it was, so I got sick on Monday. Obviously not this past Monday, but last Monday I got sick. And I probably wasn't able to clean for real until like Friday or Saturday. So I was still sick, but I was doing well enough that like I could, move around and stuff like that. I think by that point, the thing that was giving me the most problem was, I think it was either Tuesday night into Wednesday morning or Wednesday night. I think it might have been Wednesday night into Thursday morning. I can't remember. One of those nights going into the morning, I was like up all night coughing. I kept like waking up because like I would be coughing. My chest was like spasming or whatever. So I was up all night coughing. And from coughing like so much and so hard, my muscles were like so sore. Like it felt like I got like hit by a car. So like the whole like back of my neck, my whole back, like my shoulders, like everything, my sides, like everything was just in so much pain. So I was trying to move around because I felt like the longer I just sat or just laid in the bed, the stiffer and tighter I was going to get and the more pain I was going to be in. So I was like, let me try to like move around or whatever. And so that was one of the reasons why I was like cleaning. And I use the term cleaning lightly. I wasn't like on my hands and knees like scrubbing or whatever, but I like, clean the bathroom and wipe down the counters and dust it and like kind of put stuff away, because the whole time that I was sick, anytime I would like change my clothes or whatever, I would just like take my shirt off, take my pants off, take my socks off, whatever, and I would just drop it wherever I was standing and then just go lay down. So there was like clothes and stuff like all over the place. Anything like my kitchen was a mess, because anything that I took out, instead of me like putting like the dishes away when I was finished, I would just like leave it on the counter. So I had like a bunch of like dirty dishes just on the counter, just lined up, because I just was too tired to like care about putting stuff where it belonged. So it was like cleaning the dishes, putting stuff away, like that kind of thing. Hello, Lexi. Reading Bare Bones tonight and taking down my tree. I should do that. I don't go back to work until Friday, so I really should like take down my Christmas decorations. Am I going to though? Probably not. It'll make sense to do it now while I, have the time off from work. But I don't really feel like it. I'm gonna be honest. Let's see. Did you finish Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animal? Yeah, that's what you were reading last week. Or the last time you were here. That's what you were reading. I don't know if that was last week or not. But I hope that you loved it, because I had a great time with it. Hello to Lexi. Still deciding what to read after being emotionally wrecked by Atmosphere. Oh, wow. I have not read that yet. That is on my list of books that I definitely want to get to. I wanted to read it this year when it came out. When it came out like in April or May or something. I wanted to read it back then, but I didn't get around to. There's a couple of books that I didn't get around to this year that I really wanted to read. Atmosphere was one. Can't Get Enough was one. And The Favorites was one. Those are the three that I could think of off the top of my head that I really wanted to read this year, but I didn't get to it. So I might pick that up in January. Atmosphere. I might try to get to that in January. We'll see. Tired of Shelby trying to take my ornaments off it, pretending they're balls of yarn. That's hilarious. Not yet. Hello to Glenda. Hello to Lexi. Hello, Lily. Finished a short story last night, Falling. That sounds familiar. Is that from the Scared Sexy collection? I feel like I've read this. Was that the one about like the angel or something like that? I watched before, but I finished for the month of September. Okay. Today I'll be reading One Perfect Couple by Ruth Ware. Is this a new Ruth Ware book? I don't recognize this title. Also, did you finish The Kill Clause? One Perfect Couple. Despite not feeling it. It's all good. It's all good. No problem. It's okay. Okay. Nice. Hello to Lexi, Elena, Glenda, Mel, and all in the chat. Did a reread of Quicksilver. 40% into Brimstone. Okay. It's good, but I feel like it's starting to go in the same direction of all the other popular romantasy like Fourth Ring and ACOTAR. Interesting. Okay. I can't tell if that's a bad thing or a good thing. I liked ACOTAR. Fourth Wing was fine. The first book was cool. I like the first book. The second book was all right. I haven't read the third one yet, so I don't know. But to me, this is good news, because it means that it's got a similar vibe to books or series that I already have enjoyed before. Because I haven't read Quicksilver. Obviously, I haven't read Brimstone, so I don't really know like what to expect. I hear good things about it, but I've also heard good things about a bunch of other books that I ended up reading and not liking. So this actually is a good thing for me. But if you're not a fan of Fourth Wing and ACOTAR, then I could see why this might be a problem. I filmed a video today to feel a bit brain dead, made some tea, so I'm hoping it will pep me up. Ooh, what kind of tea did you make? Hello to Bree. They're all starting to blend together. That's fair. That's fair. I don't know. I don't feel like I've read enough of those kind of books to be like sick of it yet. But I imagine if you read a lot of romantasy and stuff like that, it probably could be like very annoying, or if it's just very boring and you're just like, oh, like I want something different, I want something creative, like why are all these books the same? But I don't think that I've gotten to that stage yet where I'm like tired of the same. I like the rinse and repeat because it's like, okay, let's just stick with what I know I like. That way I can enjoy it. I haven't hit that wall where you're like, okay, I'm sick of this now. Hello to Kat. Hello, CC. Taking a break from studying. Currently listening to Root Rot by Saskia Nislo. I've not heard of this author or this book. How is the studying going? I know you took a break from it, but how is it going? Are you feeling good? Feeling confident? Let us know. Keep us posted. Hello to Sky or Lily or Casey. Still on season 2. I think I talked about this last week. That season 2 is arguably the worst season out of the 5. Not that it's bad, but when you're comparing all the seasons together, season 2 is usually going to be at the bottom of everybody's list. So power through it. It'll be worth it. When you get to season 4, it will be worth having gotten through season 2. Like right now, you're just like, eh. But when you get to season 4, you're like, oh, this was worth it. You have to tell me if the finale is good, next friends. I've heard good things about volume 2. I liked volume 2. Are there some things about volume 2 that maybe weren't done the greatest? Yes. But overall, I think it was good. I would say, like, if I had to like give it like a star rating, I would say volume 2 is easily 4 stars. Easily. I think that I don't want to like do any spoilers for people who have not been on the internet. If you've been on the internet, then you probably already know what people have issues with volume 2. But if you have been staying away from those kinds of videos and that kind of stuff on the internet, then I don't want to spoil it for you. But there is a scene between love interests. I won't say which love interests, but there's a scene between some love interests that it was a weird scene. It was a scene that I think most people walked away from the scene not understanding what just happened. And then I think the day or the night that those episodes dropped, there was an interview that the Duffer Brothers had done. I forget who, I don't know if it was with People or Entertainment or whoever, I don't know. But in that interview, they had to basically explain what that scene was because everybody was just like, what just happened? Like, are they together? Are they not together? Like, everyone was like very confused. And there are a lot of people who have said that if you have, as the Duffer Brothers, like if you have to come out and do an interview in order to explain a scene, probably means you didn't write the scene very well. So that was a scene that people have issues with. And then there's the very famous scene that the LGBTQ community has been raving about. Also, the straight community has also had a lot to say about it. People don't love that scene. There are some people that love it. There are some people that are just like, this was ridiculous. I understand both sides. I think there are things that they could have done differently. But overall, I still think it was a well acted scene. Like I think Noah did a fantastic job. So yeah, there are little moments here and there that people have an issue with. But overall, I think volume 2 was good. So tonight we're gonna see what ends up happening. I hate to say goodbye to Stranger Things. I know. Such a wonderful cast of actors. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. I'm just like, it's kind of sad because like this is it. We've always had seasons to look forward to, and now like this is really it. And it's like that's so sad. Although I think it's been confirmed. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's been confirmed that there is going to be a spinoff. My guess, because I don't think it's been announced yet. But my guess is that the spinoff is maybe going to follow Holly. That's what I'm suspecting. That's another thing that people had an issue with this last season or this current season that we're in. People had an issue with the fact that Holly's such an important character and that we're following her so much. People were like, we didn't come here to see Baby Wheeler. Like, we came here to see the cast, that we've grown to know and love over the last 10 years. Why are we spending so much time with Holly? And my suspicion is that season 5 is kind of like a springboard for the spinoff that is ultimately coming, which is kind of a bummer in a way because it's like I think people really want the story to focus on the characters that we've been following all this time and like wrap everything up. People feel like there's a lot of like open storylines right now, and the people are concerned of like how they're all going to be brought to a close by the end of this last episode tonight. And they're like, oh, if they spent less time like following Holly, then maybe we could wrap up some of these other things or whatever and focus more time, give more time. People were also disappointed that they feel like Hopper and Joyce are not as important this season as they have been in the past seasons. They were talking about how in season 1, if you go back to the very beginning, season 1, season 2, they were the main characters. Like the show really was about Hopper and Joyce. It wasn't even really about the kids. It was about Hopper and Joyce. They were the stars of the show. And that's also pretty evident when you watch the like the credits in the beginning. The first 2 names that come up in the credits is David and Winona. And I think they each get their own like slide, right? Like it's not like David and Winona on the same slide. It's like Winona gets her own slide and then like David gets his own slide and then it goes into the kids' names. And so people felt some kind of way this season that they feel like Winona and David are not, or Joyce and Hopper are not getting the story's not really focused on them. They're kind of just like supporting characters this season instead of being like having their own storyline, which is fair and true. Like I do acknowledge that. But honestly, they were never my favorite characters in the first place, so I don't care. But I do understand where people are coming from with that. But yeah, they're all so talented. They're all so great, and it is really sad that it's ending. That these characters, we have to say goodbye to them. It'll be interesting to see if they do this spinoff, if there are any characters from the current show that maybe make appearances or become like guest stars or anything like that on the new spinoff. But I think that because they're spending a lot of time doing prep work for the spinoff, that it's kind of taking away from the storyline that everybody really wants to hear about and wants to see. So I decided I really dislike the last batch of episodes of Stranger Things, even though I've never seen the show. Wow, hot take, Chris. Really enjoying Second Chance a Year so far. It's contemporary romance. On New Year's Eve, the female main character wishes she could start the year over, wakes up 1 year prior, gets to say, oh, wow, interesting. Okay. I could get into this. You'll have to let me know what you end up rating it once you finish it. Hello, Jamie. Speaking of Stranger Things, hello. Still reading that too. Reading's been tough the last couple of weeks, so my sleep has maybe not been at the best, and my focus has been worse. That's fair. Yeah, to be fair, I also haven't really been reading much. I've read like maybe one book a week, one book every 2 weeks. I haven't reading has not been the focus for me either. But I try. That's what I use Wednesdays for. If I don't read any other time, I make sure that I read on Wednesdays. Have a good whatever it is you're about to do. We'll see you when you get back. Hoping to reset both my reading and my sleep schedules over the next few days. That's good. That's a good goal. I think that the sleep schedule will probably help everything else, honestly. A lot of times rest. I think we underestimate how important rest is. Like we'll be like, oh, we're not tired, you don't go to sleep, you'll stay up late, stuff like that. But sleep is actually more important than just how you feel, like whether or not you feel rested. Like your body like heals itself when you're sleeping. And there's also this whole thing about like healing hormones and healing time. And I think the time you're supposed to be sleep. And don't ask me how all this works because I'm not like an expert when it comes to like astrology and astronomy and the stars and the tides and all that stuff or whatever. But there's some type of connection that has to do with that stuff and like sleep. And so they say that the best time to be sleep is between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. Because that's when your body like heals itself or something like that. Now, I don't know how that works as far as time zones go, because I don't know who's 2 a.m. or who's 10 p.m. you're supposed to be going by. But there are specific hours that are best for sleeping because it's when your body heals itself. So as you're trying to reset your sleep schedule, that might be something to look into. Finishing up the Griffin Sisters' Greatest Hits by Jennifer Weiner. Nice. Let's add that to our list. Did you finish Beware of Krampus, Glenda? Let's see. Griffin Sisters Greatest Hits. Nice. Post a picture of my top reads on 2025 on my Instagram. Nice. Hello to Melanie and Lily. I have one book I'd hope to finish, but it's going to carry over. Some Choose Darkness. Okay. Is that what you're reading tonight? I'm assuming that it is. Did you finish A Study in Scarlet Women? Some Choose Darkness. Oh, I did not spell that right. There we go. Hello to Lexi. Hello to Jamie. Hello to Lexi. Hello, Paula. Just swinging by to live on the like button. Thank you so much, Paula. Yeah, it's probably getting late. It's probably not late yet, but it's probably getting late where you are. So have a wonderful evening. Hope you're ending the year strong. Hello to Mel. Hello to Jamie, Paula, and Elena. Hello to Paula. Hello to Paula. Hello to Lily. Hello to Glenda. Happy New Year's Eve. Hope you're doing well. Hello to Mel and Elena. Hello to Mel and Paula. She's a great author with well over 100 books of all of them can't be great. That's fair. Quite a few are mediocre and reuse certain plot elements, but many are very clever and thought-provoking. Okay, that's fair. Hope your doggo's doing good with all the fireworks. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about fireworks tonight. I guess that might be a thing. Yeah. Hello to Melanie and Lily. Saw on TikTok all the people getting sick for Christmas. Yeah. Everyone's saying they got the plague for Christmas. Yeah. Yeah. I saw that there's apparently like something going around too that like it's like not showing up on any tests. I didn't take any tests, so I don't know like what I have or had or whatever. But there were some videos that I saw where people were saying that like they thought they had COVID and they tested for COVID and it came back negative, and they tested for like RSV and it came back negative for RSV, and they might have tested for like the regular whatever strain of the flu that's going around right now, whatever. They didn't have that either. It's like some like mystery disease, mystery illness that they're calling it. So I don't know. I don't know if that's what I have, but they were saying that one of the symptoms is that like you have like these really long lasting like lingering symptoms. So like right now, you know, I've felt better probably since like Friday or Saturday, but here we are Wednesday and I still have a cough. My nose is a little bit stopped up, although I'm not sure if that's related. That might just be I might just need to open up a window or something. But the cough thing is definitely like this lingering cough that I can't get rid of. So hopefully that goes away soon. But if it doesn't, then I might have whatever this mystery illness is people are talking about on the internet. Oh man, I got sick on Monday before Christmas too. Oh no, I had the flu. Yes, yes. I hope that you were also on the mend. Hello to Glenda. She's doing good. She's on the couch right now cuddling her blanket. All. One of my coworkers caught something. He was hoping to get better over the weekend. Came in on Monday, left by 10 a.m. He's still out with it. Yep. That's kind of how I was. When I got sick on Monday, I was like, oh, if I just like rest, it'll probably go away and I'll be fine by Christmas. I was not fine by Christmas. Office manager too. She tried to come in on Monday. We told her to leave. She tried coming back today. We told her to leave again. So we were all expecting to have to work on Friday, but this morning, one of the attorneys at the firm came by to tell us to submit our timesheets. We were like, huh? Because that's Friday thing, and we were gone by 12. Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at that. Did finish Merry Christmas, gave it 4 stars. Also finished the Charles Manson nonfiction last night, gave it 3 stars. Okay. Yeah, I love Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animal. I thought it was great. Gave it 5 stars. It was so much fun. Atmosphere was fantastic. I haven't heard very many people talk about it, so that's really good to hear. Never mind, Elliot's up and about now. She wants to lick my bowl clean from my mac and cheese. Did not finish. Oh no. Yeah, that was another book that I wanted to read this month, but obviously that's not going to happen. And I don't like carrying Christmas stuff into January, so it'll have to be for next Christmas, I guess. Haven't read this one yet. Definitely on my TBR. Nice. On Tuesday the 6th, which is next Tuesday, I go back to work. Oh, good. That's cool that you have some more time off. Pretty much happier than ever, I bet. If anyone wants a non-Fourth Wing / ACOTAR romantasy, highly recommend. Yes. I've heard good things about this by Devin Perry. That's all I'll say because Nella knows my obsession with this book. Yeah, I've heard good things about it. You're not the only one that I've heard have very high things to say about it. So I definitely want to read this. Is this a series or is this just a standalone? That's what I need to figure out. Which one? Melanie Ruth Ware. Which one? Melanie Ruth Ware. It was so fun. Yeah, I think this is the Ruth Ware one. I think they said that earlier. Great to hear. Absolutely love her writing. More than halfway of finishing this book before January 1st. Nice. My second Ruth Ware book. I feel like she's gonna make my top 10. Oh, wow. Okay. I've never read a Ruth Ware book. The one that I've had on my TBR for the longest time. Something about a key, I think. I can't remember what it's called, but I think it has the word key in it. Or maybe it has a keyhole on the cover or something like that. But never read anything by Ruth Ware. Which is your first? The It Girls was my favorite of hers. Okay, I have not heard of that one. The Woman in Cabin 10. Oh, I didn't realize that was a Ruth Ware book. Okay. One of her first. Still need to watch the movie adaptation. Yeah, same. Mom really liked the movie. Okay, that's good. Hello to Paula. Does anyone know if the audio for Atmosphere is good? Great question. I would like to know the answer to this as well. Hello to Lily. What's up, Paula? Even more excited for a cozy night of reading now. We're getting another round of snow for a few hours. Oh, wow. I hope we're not getting snow. I honestly hate snow so much. It is like the bane of my existence. I need to check the weather and make sure we're not getting snow. Okay, good. We're good. It like randomly started flurrying in the middle of the day yesterday, and I was like, please don't tell me it's gonna snow. But it didn't stick. It flurried for like maybe 45 minutes and then it stopped and nothing stuck. Thank goodness. Finished the Scarlet Woman yesterday. 5 stars. Nice. Happy New Year's Eve, Gigi. Just started. Then she was gone. Ooh. I have a love-hate relationship with Lisa Jewell. I've only read one Lisa Jewell book, and I didn't like it. But I have not read And Then She Was Gone. And I feel like And Then She Was Gone is the one that most people like know of by her and have read by her. It's the one that, for the most part, I think gets pretty good reviews. So I wish I had read that instead of reading the one that I read, because maybe I'd like their writing more if I had read that one. Did you finish The Snow Child? Also, I have on here that you were reading A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Did you finish that? Did we talk about that already? I feel like we talked about this. I feel like you read it already and you liked it, but maybe I'm getting you mixed up with somebody else. Let me know. Then she was gone. Dad doesn't like the fireworks when he sleeps at night. It scares him. Yeah, that's understandable. I'll be reading Crocheting and waiting for Stranger Things. Yes. Me too. I'm waiting for Stranger Things to be on Netflix. Let's go. I have that book, but I haven't started it yet. Definitely keep us posted. Can't believe I know. It's heartbreaking. It really is heartbreaking. I sure will. Hello, Lexi. Reading House of is it Sapphire or Saphir? I don't know how you pronounce this. By Marissa Meyer. Let's see. Did you finish Better Not Pout? Also, I'm finally reading Good Spirits. I know that you were reading that a couple of weeks ago. So I finally got around to that one. Perfect. Off to work. Thank you so much. Have a great time at work. Hopefully it's an easy day. Hopefully you can end the year, just kind of like cruising, nothing too crazy, nothing too heavy, Yes, I also hope the finale is great. Book 2 is coming out in April. Okay, not sure if it'll be a trilogy or a longer series yet. Okay. So I still have time, is what you're saying. Turn the Key. Yes, okay. That is the one that I want to read. I forget who told me about this book, But it was like probably like 2 or 3 years ago, somebody was telling me about this book, and I was like, oh, okay, like I want to read that one, and then I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But I'm glad that it's one of your all-time faves. That means that I got a good recommendation. Phone didn't even notify you were live, so hopefully I didn't miss you much. No, just mostly talking about Stranger Things. Hello, friend. Hope you had a great holiday. Hello, friend. Had a wonderful holiday. Hope you did as well. Also, I couldn't find you on Discord, but I did make that story graph. Yes. It will be linked in the video. I need to go download Storygraph again. Updating my username on Discord again, but I'll find you on there. 5 stars. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like we talked about this, but I couldn't remember. Let me take that off the list. 4 stars for Snow Child. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. Perfect. You gonna break Netflix tonight? Hey, listen. I think they broke it when Volume 1 came out on Thanksgiving. I'm pretty sure Netflix went down because it was like overloaded with people trying to watch. I don't think that happened last week when Volume 2 dropped, but I wouldn't be surprised if it happened tonight as well. Although, if I'm not mistaken, I think tonight's episode is also going to be in theaters. So there might be people who are not going to be watching it on Netflix at home because they bought tickets to go see it in the movie theaters, which is also kind of fun. Should be the name on Discord. That way you can send you the link. I've been waiting for you to read Good Spirits, Better Not Tell. It was okay. Gave it 3 stars, but it was a KU holiday short story, so I couldn't expect too much. You know, I was saying this earlier, that I'm not loving this book. I'm not loving it the way that I thought that I would, the way that I was expecting it to, and the way that I've loved B.K. Borison's writing in the past. Underwhelmed with this book. I'm not going to lie. And I thought maybe the reason why I'm not liking it so much was because I read Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animal first. And I loved that and gave that 5 stars because that book was just like, it was a very me book. It was like perfect rom-com, like humor, lovable characters, you know, quirky, silly plot, whatever. But this one just feels, the characters in this book just feel a little dry. They feel a little stiff to me. So I'm not like laughing as much or as hard. And I'm kind of just like waiting for something to happen. And I feel like nothing's happening or not enough is happening. Maybe I'm just not far enough into the story yet. I don't know. We'll see. But the fact that you said that it's 3 stars, it's like, yeah. So far, I can see that. I just sent you a request. Running to Target to pick up my snack orders. No interruptions during Stranger Things. Yeah, I'm going to order some waffles so I can eat waffles, you know, while I watch the finale episode. That is going to be my plan. That's my dinner plans, is waffles. But all right, we have managed to talk for 55 minutes, which is insane. We are going to jump into our first sprint. Oops, I did not mean to click that. I just opened up Netflix. That was an accident. Let me see. I'm looking for the timer. There we go. Okay. Let me share my screen. There we go. Oh, I didn't even realize that I had all these other tabs open. Let's close these. We don't need those. Don't need those open. There we go. There we go. All right. We're going to jump into this first sprint. And I also can go back to organizing, throw a little laundry before the washer gets stolen. I'll be back for the next chat event. Excellent. I'll see you all. We'll do a shorter sprint. Since we talked so much, we'll do a shorter sprint so I can try to get more sprints in. I feel like if I do like hour-long ones, we'll only get through like 1. So if I try to do like shorter ones that are 45 minutes, maybe we can get through 2 or 3 since we're going to be ending a little bit early tonight. So that'll be the plan. I'll see y'all back here in 45 minutes. Happy reading or doing whatever it is you're going to be doing. And we are back. How did everyone do? How did your sprint go that first time around? What did you guys end up doing with that time? I did a couple of things. I responded to some messages. I talked to my mom. I worked on more of my painting. I'm so close to being finished. I just have to finish all the red, which is not too much left of the red, but made some progress there. And I am now on chapter 14. I just started chapter 14 of Good Spirits. So now at least I know where I am, chapter 14. Still not caring much about this story, I'll be honest. Don't really care. I wish I did, but I don't. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing else really got done during that sprint. I think during the next sprint, I'm probably gonna go ahead and put my order in for dinner, my waffles. And yeah, that's probably it. I'm just gonna read some more, try to finish this painting, order my food, and that'll be the plan. So we're moving right along. I can't believe it's almost 6:00. Like, sheesh. I guess I should also open up a bottle. That's what I'll do on the next sprint. Or should I open it on the next sprint? Let me think about that. I don't think I'm going to open it on the next sprint. I think I'm just going to ask you guys on the next sprint which one I should open. And then on the sprint after that, then we can go ahead and open it. But I should have went and got the bottles while this sprint was happening so that they could be here right now. But I forgot to do that. And I would have to like go all the way to the kitchen to go get them and bring them back. And so we'll just do that all later. But yeah, that'll be the plan. We'll poll you guys and see which one you think I should open. Eventually I'll open the both of them, but not tonight. Tonight we're only going to do one. So I need your help deciding which one to open. So yeah, that'll be the plan. But let's see how you guys did during that sprint. Hello, Cherie. How are you? Happy New Year. Finish the last book you clocked me on. And I have one more book to finish for the year to make it. Okay, 115. Very nice. The Liar I Married by D.K. Hood. Just on page 6 of 245. Nice. Let's pull up my tracker. Move the timer out of the way. Let's see. What was the last book that I had you reading? Oh, Black AF History. Cool. The Liar. First of all, this title is crazy. The Liar I Married. Oof. That is a title. But that's cool. 115. I think my goal for 2025, my reading goal, I want to think it was 70 books. I said I wanted to read 70 books by the end of the year. And I am, how many have I completed? I've completed 78. So I think I'm currently reading number 79, but I'm likely not going to finish this book before the end of the day. So this will have to carry over into next year. So 78 books is where, and my goal was 70 books, 70 books and or 25,000 pages. Those were like my two like book goals, page count goals, whatever. It was 70 books, 25,000 pages, or whichever came first. But I actually hit both. I hit 78 books, so I did 8 more than what I said I wanted to for my goal. And I read 25,336 pages, so I read 336 pages more than what I said I wanted to hit. So that's actually really good because towards the end of the month, towards the end of the year, like I would say like after September, my reading took a nosedive. And instead of me finishing like 5 to 7 or 5 to 8 books a month, I was like maybe clearing 3. So this number could have been a lot higher if my reading had stayed, on pace. But yeah, like I said, took a nosedive after September. I think I just like burnt myself out with like Mystic. And then also in October, we had Fabelin. So between those two being back to back, like just so burnt out that the rest of the year, I just was like, nope, don't feel like it. But that's awesome. 115 is amazing. I think the most I've ever had was like maybe 105 or 109. I don't think I've ever hit 115, so that's awesome. Didn't read a single page that sprint. Got a lot of tidying up done after starting the laundry. And then mom called as soon as I sat down to read, but she takes priority, of course. Got my tree down, nice, and back in storage. Excellent, that was fast. Got to 20% into the most wonderful crime of the year. Nice. Hope that you're enjoying that. That was a cute one. I don't remember what I rated it, but whatever it was that I rated it, it was probably, if I had to guess, I would say it was maybe like a 4-star or something like that. Let's see. I will say that the author, Allie Carter, she's really sweet. If you ever have an opportunity to like meet her at an event or anything, she's really sweet. Well, it's wonderful crime of the year. Let me see. What did I rate this? Did I read this book this year? Or it probably was this time last year. It probably was like the very end of December when I read this book. Let's see. What did I rate it? Why is this? What's happening? What is Storygraph doing? Like the page won't load. It's weird. Okay, I guess I won't know. Because when I click on the page, it's just a blank screen. Like, I don't know what's happening right now. Do I need to, like, close it and reopen it? I don't understand. Okay, here we go. Let's see. It must be, maybe it's lagging. Maybe Storygraph is lagging right now because so many people are trying to, like, input their stuff at the last minute before the year is up. And then also, like, get stuff set up for, next year, like their goals and stuff set up for next year. So maybe that's why it's moving super slow. Let's see. This is January 31st. We need to go back to December. Here we go. Okay, yeah, I gave it 4 stars. I finished it on January 1st. That's so funny. So I think that book actually does count towards this current year because I finished it this year. Does it say when I started it? Okay, it's back to the blank screen thing. I don't know. I started it sometime in January and I finished it on finished it sometime in December, finished it on January 1st of this year. And I gave it 4 stars. So hopefully you are enjoying it. Already drinking. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Because I started at 4, I was like, I don't want to start drinking at 4 o'clock. I'll wait. But yeah, I definitely could have cracked the bottle open now. I just forgot to bring them in here so I could show them to you guys so that you guys can help me decide which one I should open. Just joined but not reading right now. Hit my goal for the year. Nice. Playing with stickers right now. Hey, sounds like a great way to end the year. Was planning on being productive, but my cat decided he was going to commandeer my lap, so cozy couch reading it is. Hey, there you go. Congrats on it. Thank you. Yeah, I was trying to think about like what I want to do in terms of like next year's goals. And I'm like, because normally I try to go up a little bit, increase the ante, but because I haven't been reading as much the last couple of months, I'm like, I don't really know how to set a goal when I know that I'm not reading at my full potential right now. So I might just keep the goals where they're at for 2026. And if I go above them, then great. But that way, if I don't go above them, it's okay. Sure, it's been acting up for me all day. Okay, yeah. So I think this happened. I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but this has happened before with Storygraph specifically, where it was like lagging and like stuff wasn't opening and displaying right. You couldn't access certain pages, and it was kind of a mess. I want to think this was 2 years ago. It was kind of a mess, but I think it was because there were so many people that had recently joined Storygraph, because I've always been a Storygraph person, but that's also because I didn't start reading until 2022. So by the time I got something to track my reading and stuff, Storygraph was already kind of starting to make a name for itself. It was like very beginning stages, but they were starting to make a name for themselves. So I had Goodreads for maybe like 2 months before I got Storygraph. So like for me, it wasn't like a hard transition. Like I know some people, they're hesitant to move over to Storygraph because they're like, well, all my information's in Goodreads and da da da, which, you know, I get that. Can't relate to that, but I get that. So for me, it wasn't that hard to do because I barely had any information in Goodreads before I switched over to Storygraph. But I think it was the following year, so it was probably 2023 going into 2024, I believe. If anybody else remembers when this happened, but it was kind of a mess, and Storygraph just, it wasn't prepared for the influx of like customers. I don't know, because it's a free service. I don't know if we're considered customers or not, but whatever. I don't think that they were prepared for the number of people that like joined the platform. And so that I guess like their servers or whatever, or maybe they didn't have enough people on staff or whatever it was, it like couldn't handle it. And so everything just kept like crashing and not working right. So I wonder if it's similar to what's happening right now, why it's not working. Because maybe there are a bunch more people who have joined, especially again, because the year is ending and people are trying to get set up for 2026. There might be a bunch of people who have recently joined and signed up, you know, in preparation for 2026, and it's just being overloaded with so many people trying to use it all at once. So I'm sure if you give it some time, whether it's a day or a week or whatever, it'll get itself together, because it did eventually last year too, or whatever year that was. Finish Root Rot, it was so weird. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Can't tell if this is weird good or weird bad. But all right, we have reached the end of the comments. We are going to jump back into another 45-minute sprint. I'm trying to like do math and try to figure out what time will it be. Okay, yeah, it'll be like 6:40 something, somewhere around there when this sprint is over. So yeah, we should have enough time to do 2 more sprints. It depends on how long the next chatty bit is, but if the next chatty bit isn't too long, we might have enough time to do 2 more sprints before we peace out of here. And this is our last sprint for 2025. Love weird horror, so I liked it, but it was a bit confusing in the beginning. Okay. I mean, I'd rather it be confusing at the beginning and it gets resolved and makes sense by the end, rather than it being confusing at the end and you're like, what the heck just happened? What did I just spend my time reading? You know? So I'll take that. All right, let's get our timer back up. Perfect. All right, I will see you all back here in another 45. Happy reading or doing whatever it is you're going to be doing for the next 45 minutes. And we are back. How did everyone do during that sprint? What did you guys end up doing? I read a little bit. I don't know how much I read because I don't know what chapter I'm on right now. But I know that when I first started sprints, I was at, I think, 29%, and I'm now at 48%. So I read almost 20% between the first and second sprint. So I did do some reading. I also finished my painting. It's technically not finished because I didn't fill in the white spaces with the white paint, but I hate doing that. To me, it just feels so pointless to to paint over white spaces with white paint. So I just skipped that section. And this painting itself is just very tedious. So I was like, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this grandpa moment. So I'm done. This is it. This is as good as it's gonna get. It actually looks pretty good on camera. In person, it's like, debatable. I almost hit myself in the face. But on camera, it actually looks like I'm an artiste. Like, it kind of looks like I know what I'm doing. Trust me, it looks better on camera than it does in real life. So I did that. I think that was it. I don't think I did anything else during that sprint. If I did, I don't remember. Oh, I was supposed to order my food. Okay, I definitely need to do that during the next sprint. I forgot. I'm going to do that. So we are going to do one more sprint. And then we're going to close out. And I remembered, that's what I did. I remembered to go get the bottles so I could show you guys which ones I have, and you guys can help me decide what to open. So here's the thing, right? I have a Prosecco and I have a champagne. That's number one. This is Stella Rosa, and this is Moet Chandon. So I have these two, right? I've had this bottle for a while. This is actually the bottle that I gave to Vanessa for her birthday, because the plan was, so me, Bree, and Vanessa's friend, I think her name was Sarah. I can't remember what her name is, but we all went over to Vanessa's house. We stayed the night, and the plan was that we were going to do like mimosas or something in the morning, and so that's why I brought this, so we can make mimosas in the morning. We ended up not doing mimosas in the morning because we ended up going out to breakfast. So we didn't need to use this. And Vanessa doesn't drink. So she was like, I have no reason to keep this in my house because her and Kyle don't drink. So she gave it back to me. And so I've had this bottle ever since. So I'd like to get rid of this. But Prosecco's not my favorite thing. I'll be honest. Especially not to drink by itself. Prosecco's fine in like a mimosa, which was the purpose of why I bought it. But to just drink it by itself, like, I'm not a huge fan of Prosecco by itself. So there's that. Then you have the actual champagne, which I've never had this brand, I don't think. And this is a demi-sec, which I've never had before. Usually if I drink champagne, it's a brut. So the demi-sec is, I don't know why my camera just started moving. Okay, for some reason, I mean, my camera does do that. It's not like it's come alive or something. My camera does that, but I thought I turned that setting off, so I'm not sure why it's moving right now. Anyway, that's not the point. Back to the story. This is a demi-sec, which is sweeter. I think it's like brut and then demi-sec and then maybe like, I forget what the sweetest one is. The sweetest one is like either dulce or dough or something like that. I can't remember. Something with a D, I'm pretty sure. So this is not the sweetest, but it is like sweeter than like a brut or whatever. But I've never had this before. So I really just bought this because I wanted to taste. I just wanted to know what it tastes like to see if I liked it or not. But this is a more expensive bottle than the Prosecco, obviously. So I'm like, do I open up the expensive bottle just so I can taste what it tastes like? Or do I just open up the bottle that I've had for a longer time that was less expensive, and then just that way I can get rid of it? So I'm kind of like torn between which one to open. Also, whatever I open, it's like, do I drink it now or do I wait and drink it like maybe when like Stranger Things starts, or like obviously like, you know, midnight for the countdown? Like when do I drink? At first I was going to say like, oh, I'll drink this one now and I'll drink this one later. But I'm not going to finish 2 bottles by myself. Are you crazy? So that's not going to work. So I don't know what to do. And champagne it doesn't work in the same way that like wine does. Because like wine, you can put a stopper in it. You can like pull the oxygen out with like a pump or something like that. And it'll usually like last for like a day or two. With champagne, because of the bubbles, it's really hard to pull enough oxygen out where it's not going to go flat after like a day. So it's like I don't want to open both and be like, oh, I'll just save the rest and drink the rest tomorrow or something, because it's not going to taste the same. It's like if you don't drink it when you open it, then you might as well just toss it. So that is the dilemma that I'm having. I don't know if anybody has had this one in particular. I've had the Stella Rosa, the Prosecco. I've had this one before, but I've never had this before. So if anybody has had this particular one and can vouch for it and tell me one way or the other, how is it? That would be really useful. But while we go through these comments, I'm going to put a poll up to see which one should I do. So let me know what y'all recommend, and then we'll just go with whatever one I guess has the most votes. But let's see. Let's jump into these comments. Let's see. Melanie said, I'm so grateful I found this community this year. May not be a fast reader, but I love chatting about books with fellow bibliophiles. Yes, I'm so glad that you found this community as well. Welcome to the community. Happy New Year. Oh, nice. It is midnight in Europe. Happy New Year, Cece. Happy New Year, Cece. Poppy gonna say Happy New Year. Thank you so much. Happy New Year to you as well. Hello and Happy New Year, Chantel. Happy New Year, everyone. Thanks for the friends. You're welcome. I'll be watching. Just got to get ready for the store. All good. All good. 400 pages and 50 chapters read. 67% into my book. Nice. 33% more until I'm done with the book. Very nice. Such a silly goose, as one of my work buddies would say. I mentioned the book I was reading was The Perfect Couple by Alex Bernison. Apparently, I was thinking of the Ruth Ware book way before Sky even mentioned it. The book I'm reading is The Power Couple. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's edit that. Good catch. Let's see. The Power. There we go. Cool. Also, let me take this off. There we go. All right. Lexi vacuum, rearrange the living room after taking the tree down, read a few pages of Bury Our Bones. Nice. Floor is as good as it's going to get for now. I might do a Duolingo notebook update next year. Oh, okay. Nice. What language are you doing? Need to fold some laundry while we chat. Got 100 pages through The House of Sapphire. Missed the last shady bit to grab pizza from the door. Hey, that's all good. I hope the pizza was delicious. Read another 15%. It's a cute, cozy book so far. Just what I needed. Oh, nice. Also just ordered some pizza. Everybody's ordering pizza. That's so funny. Made a pack picking up my Target order. Man, it's way too people out there and too wet. It really needs to stop raining. Oh, I'm sorry that it's raining. That's no fun to bring in the new year. But the fact that it's too many people out there is funny. Finished cleaning my room. Nice. Missed the last chatty bit, but I've been productive. Got the dishes done. Made a meatloaf for dinner. Checked on my client's house/dog. And got to 50% in brimstone. Very nice. Just read over 20 pages that sprint. Got more laundry put away. The last load is currently in the dryer. So one more sprint is perfect to finish my productability and read some more. I meant to say that I have my blackberry wine tonight, but I forgot the bottle after Christmas at my mom's. Oh no! Darn. I need to get some different flavor fruit wines. We did the orange wine back in July, but you got a blackberry one. Somebody had a fruit flavored one too last. I don't remember. I think it was blueberry. Somebody had like a blueberry. I think it might have been Jen. Maybe had like a blueberry mulled wine or something like that. I have a black cherry Stella Rosa. Oh, nice, nice. Save the champagne for New Year's morning mimosas. Oh, I like where your head's at. Okay, maybe switch it up then. Hello, Jamie. How are you? Welcome in. I think one of your hand gestures. Yeah, probably. It was probably something I did with my hand. Because, like, the way the camera is set up, there are certain hand gestures that you can do that make it do different things. Like how I can go like this or go like that. And it'll zoom in and zoom out. Thankfully, it didn't do it just now. That's why I tried to do it fast enough that it didn't catch it. But there are certain hand gestures that make the camera do things. And there's also certain, like, verbal commands. So if I say, like, position 2, it should automatically, like, adjust. But, like, for some reason, it didn't work just now. Let's try that again. Position 2. Okay. Position 2. Okay, it just doesn't want to listen to me right now. But there are verbal commands that make it do certain things as well. So it must have been something that I either did with my hand or something that I said that I didn't realize that I said that caused the tracking feature to turn on, even though I didn't want it to turn on. Now that I'm done cleaning, I'll definitely be reading in the next sprint. Nice. Cece, what's it like in the future? Ordered pizza last night. We had the leftovers for dinner. Super lazy, chill evening here. Hey, listen, I'm not opposed to that. I'm not arguing with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I think I'm actually gonna take a break from reading during the next sprint and do some journaling and watching YouTube videos. Nice. I might also take a break from reading during this next sprint. I think what I want to do is I need to make sure I order my food so that I can get here by 8 o'clock. Um, and there was a video that I was watching before I started sprinting. I was watching, it was an interview that I was looking at that I think the whole cast is in this interview. I think the whole cast except Winona and David, which is a little, I don't know if anybody else like pays attention or watches like the press tour and stuff for Stranger Things and like all the different interviews and stuff that they have done. But I haven't seen a single interview with Winona or David. All the interviews that I've seen have been like the kids, which is weird. I feel like normally they're in something. I've even seen interviews with like the Duffer Brothers, obviously, like Sean Levy, who's like one of the main directors, and has been one of the directors on the show since the very beginning. So it's like it's weird that I feel like I even saw some interviews of Joseph Quinn, and Joseph Quinn isn't even in this season, and he's done interviews talking about Stranger Things. So I'm just like, why haven't I seen any? Haven't come across on a single interview with David Harbour or Winona Ryder, which is very strange. And I don't think that they're in this one either. But this one is like a panel, and it's like all the kids, Jamie Campbell, Bauer, Sean Levy, and the Duffer Brothers. So I do want to finish. I think I have like maybe another like 12 minutes left of this interview. So I do want to watch that. So I might do that during the next sprint instead of reading. Drinking black tea with milk and sugar tonight because I know I'll be filming a wrap up December after midnight. Wants to know how many of these straggler books I'll have finished. Nice. Productivity. No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Hello, Lachette. How are you? Welcome in. Can't believe we've been hanging out for almost 3 hours. I know, right? It feels like the time has just been like flying by. It doesn't even feel like it's been that long. Camera seems to have a cat-like personality, probably listening, but not always willing to follow commands. Oh, 100%. As soon as I like go into the sprint and I say position 2, it's gonna like zoom like it's supposed to. But because I try to do it on camera for y'all to see, it wants to embarrass me and make me look like I'm a crazy person. So it ignored me. Oh, nice. Refresh French and learn Korean. Very nice. I've never used Duolingo, but I have a friend who tries to do it every day and he's trying to learn Spanish. And I don't know anything about Duolingo. My extent of the knowledge that I have about it is the fact that my friend does it every night at like midnight or something. I'm assuming that it works really well because I know it's a pretty popular app, but I don't know. I feel like maybe at some point I will join the Duolingo bandwagon. I don't know what language I would want to learn though. Because right now, really the only language that I'm interested in learning is ASL, which I don't know if that's on Duolingo or not. I have no idea. Love that anthology of of the camera and the cat. Very accurate. Duolingo's fun. I was doing really good for a couple of months, then fell off. I want to save up for an annual premium subscription. Nice. Yeah, I hear a lot of people say that like they start with Duolingo and then somewhere along the way they fall off. You're not the first person that I've heard say that. All right. Let's get ready to jump into our final sprint of the evening. If we start this now, we should be done around 7:40, which will give us about 20 minutes to chat, wrap up, and get out of here before the premiere at 8 o'clock. Hopefully, also my food will be here by then as well. So, yes, our last sprint of 2025. It's so crazy, but yeah, you're absolutely right. All right, let's switch us over. Oh, okay. There we go. All right. I will see you guys back here in 45 minutes. Happy final sprint of 2025. back. For some reason, my camera decided to disconnect itself. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. I'm trying to get my camera to load back up. Of course, the camera decides to cut out at the end. Like we almost made it to the finish line, but it wouldn't be a sprint if something like this didn't happen. Now would it? There we go. All right. Cool. How did everyone do during that sprint? That was our final sprint for the evening, final sprint for the year, you know? So, how did everyone do? How did that sprint go for everyone? I did not read at all during that sprint. I watched the interview that I was telling you guys about that I was watching earlier, the Stranger Things interview. I'm almost finished with that. I think I have maybe 2 or 3 minutes left. And also my food came, so I'm all ready to go. Got my waffles for the premiere. Very excited. We got 15 minutes, counting down for the big moment. The moment we've all been waiting for. I'm trying to think, did I do anything else? Oh, I finished my painting. I think I showed you guys that already though. Finished the painting, watched the video. Oh, I cleaned up a bit. Because I had some stuff from when I filmed earlier that I had never put away. So I was just kind of putting some stuff away, tidying it up, that kind of thing. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I did during this last sprint. I will say for folks that are going to be heading out very shortly, as am I, but for folks that are going to be heading out very shortly, one very quick announcement before I dive into these comments. One very quick announcement. You guys will be getting a video from me this weekend. I don't know what day. It's either going to be Friday or Saturday, hopefully. It could be Sunday, but I'd like to have it up by Saturday at the latest. That's my goal. Some of you already know what the video is, so just look forward to it. If you don't know what it is, I'll still look forward to it. But yeah, so that is coming. Probably the first video that I've posted since September. So be on the lookout for that. That is coming in the next couple of days. So very exciting announcement there. And then, yeah, let's jump into these comments and I'll send you guys on your way to enjoy what is left of your 2025, if it's still 2025 where you are. I know for some folks it's already the new year. Happy New Year from the UK. Watch out, 2026, I'm here. I love that. Happy New Year to Paula. Gonna hang out with my husband for the rest of the evening. Stay safe. Have a wonderful start to 2026 and enjoy Stranger Things if you're watching it. Thank you so much, Melanie. Have a wonderful time with your husband. Good night, Melanie. Have a good start to the new year. Have fun. Take care. Everyone's saying Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Carm. Happy New Year to Neil. Hello and Happy New Year to you too, to Neil. Coda will be doing New Year's Eve sprints on his channel at 8 p.m. Perfect. So in about 15 minutes, Coda's going to be starting. And Glenda has so graciously provided with the link. So if you guys are looking for more sprints this evening, you can head on over there. I believe Kat is also sprinting. So again, if you guys are looking for sprints, there are folks that are going to be sprinting tonight. I'm not sure if Ati is sprinting or not. It's possible, but don't quote me on that because I know she normally sprints on Wednesdays, and because it's a holiday, I'm not sure if she's sprinting or not. But the point is that there are definitely people sprinting. You have options. Let's see. Cordy is sprinting tonight at 8 p.m. as well. Excellent. Thank you so much for the link, Glenda. Everyone is sprinting today. Yeah. I think it's just because, it's the end of the year. It's a good time to sprint, ring in the new year with friends and stuff. There are a lot of people who, want to go out and party and drink and watch the ball drop and all that kind of stuff. But then there are also people who are perfectly fine enjoying bringing in the new year from the comfort of their own home. So, there's something out there for everybody. Made sliders and wings for dinner. Nice. And ate, but did nice. 46 pages. Excellent. Watched some booktube. Nice. And Lexi got to 65% and bury our bones. Very nice. Let me remove that. There we go. Perfect. All right, folks. Well, thank you so much for being here. We'll have our final toast of the evening. I did finally pour something. So I'm going to be enjoying that while I eat my waffles and watch Stranger Things. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. Thanks for a great year. I can't believe it's the end of the year already. We will be back next week, our regular time, 6 p.m. Eastern, for more Wind Down Wednesday next week. And January starts in a couple of hours. or for some of you has already started. So for those of you who are participating in dry January, totally okay. I will also be participating in dry January, but that does not mean that we won't still be having Wind Down Wednesday. So that probably makes no sense, but come next week, that will make sense. So we'll talk more about that when we cross that bridge next Wednesday. But yeah, we will be back next week for more Wind Down Wednesday. Have a wonderful rest of the year if it's still 2025 where you are, or have a great start to the year if it is 2026 where you are. Happy New Year! Thank you! Happy New Year. Enjoy Stranger Things. Make sure those friends. Yes. Happy New Year to you as well. Safe and blessed night. Enjoy Stranger Things. Yes. For all of you that are going to be watching Stranger Things, I can't wait to talk to you guys next week so we can talk all about it and gush and cry or whatever we need to do. Grieve the ending of it. But yeah, I will see you all next year. See ya. Bye.